Welcome back to the Coarse Grind Podcast, episode 21. It's official. We can go get hammered in a bar if the podcast had legs and could drink. I can drink, and I've been drinking since episode 1, so I guess that doesn't matter. But again, it's episode 21. Thank you for joining me. I'm your host, creator Sean Rossler. I'm going to jump right into it because honestly, I couldn't be more excited about our guest tonight. And in a few short moments, you're going to find out just why. Tonight's guest was born in Vietnam to a Vietnamese father and Chinese mother, but he and his siblings were raised for the most part in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, where his parents owned Kim's Dragon Restaurant. He grew up eating the food of both cultures as well as typical American fare. At 19, our guest bid adieu to Pittsfield and moved to Puerto Rico to satisfy his wanderlust to learn and to cook. He landed a job as a teppanyaki cook at a Japanese-style restaurant where he quickly picked up the grill technique, the Spanish language, and kept quiet during service so as to fake the image of a true Japanese chef. Returning to the States, he attended the Culinary Institute of America and found it well worth the investment. Post-graduation, he eventually worked his way to the executive sous position at Guy Savoy in Las Vegas and finally landed a spot on Top Chef Season 3 where he dominated, I said it, dominated, and ultimately won. Haters gonna hate. From Bocuse d'Or to the EMM group and, I don't know, a Chopped All-Star finalist too, he's done nothing but skyrocket. And he's now somewhat mysteriously formulating a master plan to launch into the next stage of his stellar career. And I'm lucky enough to have him here with me tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, my guest this evening, the chef genius who's gone rogue and about to blow your minds, and the top chef from Top Chef Season 3 Miami, Chef Hung Hyunh. How we doing, Chef?
How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. I'm glad to have you. Glad to have you. So as we discussed pre-introduction, 3 sections of questions. We're going to find out where you came from. We're going to find out where you're at. And then we're going to pick your brain a little bit with some more out-of-the-box stuff. So without any further ado, tell me, Chef Hung, where did you grow up eating? Describe to me the environment.
Grew up eating. I mean, I have a lot of food memories from Ho Chi Minh City, where I know it as Saigon. Just really going to markets every day because there's no refrigerations or chest box back then. So we had to buy fish, meat, vegetables, produce twice a day. And then I moved to Massachusetts when I was a kid, and then a lot of food changed for me a lot. Just everything was just alien. It's just like roast chicken, a whole roast chicken, ham, sodas. It's just all different. So and of course my mom cooks a lot at home, and she's a great chef, which I learned a lot from, and still influenced my cooking styles today. She cooks all different types of food, from Vietnamese to Chinese to Thai. Never any Western or American food, of course. So I was able to eat different styles of food. Growing up in a small New England town, eating clam chowders to Reuben sandwiches and baked potatoes and broiled scrod, of all fish, to traveling to Chinatown in New York City and Boston when I was a kid. So being able to expose myself to a lot of different flavors and techniques, actually.
Cool, man. Cool. I mean, so you really had, from square one, you had about as multicultural, well-rounded eating experiences as humanly possible.
I love eating. Obviously, I think we all do, of course. Right. Just how much we like to analyze it. It's what makes us different from one person to another, I guess.
Exactly.
Yep.
Cool, man. And when you were growing up in Pittsfield, in Ho Chi Minh for that matter, what kind of an eater were you? Were you picky?
I remember when I was a kid, young in Vietnam. From that point, every day I know our family meal had a broth that was made from some kind of bones or fish or vegetables. We always had one or two plates of vegetables, some kind of meat, some kind of fish, and always a pot of rice that passed around the table. So everything was family style.
Yeah.
And then just eating noodles on the streets, and just lots of food.
how important, you touch on something very, very important, and as we were discussing before, I'm a dad of 3, and we always try to have a family dinner like during the week. We always try to eat together. How important is that dynamic?
It's important especially in family life, you know, and it's very important in everyday social friends settings, you know, and as well as business. I think everything that we do on Earth is revolved around some sort of food. We have to eat, and that's the time that we can all share our day and share everything. It's at that table or at that moment when we all stop what we're doing and eat, and then we go back to doing whatever we do and go our separate lives. You know, so I think it's very important. I
couldn't write that quote down fast enough, to be honest. Everything we do on this earth is centered around food. But honestly, from cradle to grave, what else is there?
Well, there isn't. There's 4 things, but you know, I don't know if I want to say it on air that all humans want, right?
Yep. Oh, absolutely. And feel free. We have no FCC regulations. We're
well, okay. You're right here, right?
Yep.
It's eat, shit, sleep, and the F one, right? What else do you do?
Oh, you mean fuck? See, there's
no
FCC here. We can say.
I wanted you to say. You know?
There you go. I've broken the ice. Now we're buddies.
That's wrong.
You're absolutely right, though. There's nothing. There's nothing more than those 4 things.
What else?
There's not. Yeah. You're spot on. Yep. Completely. So keeping with this childhood, with this amazing dining experience of a childhood, what foods do you miss the most today? I mean, obviously, you know, 10,000 different ways to make 10,000 different things, but is there a childhood food that you miss that just hurts?
Miss, you know, I don't miss it because I try to duplicate it or I try to go for it. You know, I think today we can get anything anywhere, you know, and just traveling is so much easier. So I don't really miss it that much per se. But if I do miss anything, I actually cook it myself at home when I have time, you know. Like my best, most memorable childhood food was a piece of eclair. That was the only French bakery since 1946 that opened in like the right across our building in Ho Chi Minh City, and my aunt would used to take me there once a week or once every 2 weeks, where money back in that day in Vietnam, so it would cost like equivalent of, I want to say, like 1-2 days a person, because it was, you know, and she would do that just to give it to me, so to make me happy, and that's
wow.
And I always remember those things, that thing. And when I was really, really lucky, we would get the one that actually had the chocolate on top. We got the ones without the chocolate on top on the eclair.
Ooh.
Yeah. So and I at least once a week I try to get an eclair just for that same feeling.
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
No, that's not crazy.
It's like, it's just one of those comfort things for me because of my connection to my aunt and just me and being a child in Vietnam. That was I was innocent.
Yeah.
Like now too.
Yeah. Well, no, and you know, it's probably less about the food than it is about the actual experience, the actual connection.
It's the experience that if we can cook a dish that can bring somebody back to a moment or memory or experience that person had before, is so strong that, can you believe that it can make you cry and bring tears to your eyes or bring laughter, and I know I've experienced it many times. So if that's what we can create for somebody, that's extra special, besides just a good thing to remember and a flavor for them to remember, you know.
Yeah. Awesome. And you had mentioned your mom growing up being just an amazing culinary influence on you. Would you consider her your greatest culinary influence?
I think so. I think my mom, I think a lot of people have their influence on me, but I think my mom obviously is the one that I'm attached to most.
Honey.
most chefs, some chefs, yes, I
Could you
work
turn
for
off
them,
the
I respect
Pandora?
them, they've influenced me, but my mom is still yelling at me yesterday. Never mind today. Wait, no, never mind yesterday. It was today. She was yelling at me and scolding me about food.
What was she yelling at you
Seriously,
for?
seriously.
What was she yelling at you for?
Everything. How do you do this, Hung? I tell her, no, 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 no. Why are you doing this? You got to eat it this way. You got to cook it this way. Make sure it's like, I'm like, Mom, holy crap. She's like, I saw this on TV.
Oh my God.
Why'd you make that dish the way you did on Chopped? They hated it. She doesn't understand English, so she's doing it by visual, all right?
Oh my God.
Number
That's
one.
funny.
And she's young. I'm like, Mom, there's sweetbread.
Hysterical.
She hates my food. She doesn't hate it. She's like,
No shit.
She doesn't hate it, but she's like, yeah, it's not good. She has her own palate, and I tend to try to cook in her palates. It's never good enough. But I get it. Once in a while, she'll be like, okay, yeah, that's all she'll say.
Yeah. It's all right. It's good. I mean, Top Chef, Chopped and everything, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yep.
No, that's
Yep.
my God, that's funny though.
Yeah.
That's hysterical.
She's like 75 years old. She's still like rolling around yelling at me about food. So so you see how influential she is to me. I have no choice but to like, yes, Mom. But like, yeah.
But that's good. That probably brought you to where you're at in a more, I don't know, well developed manner. Whereas, like, if you have the parents who are like, "Oh, everything you make is good," like, you're never going to go anywhere.
Exactly.
But if you're constantly challenged, so that's awesome. That's awesome. Go mom. We like her. When was the moment? So you're watching this amazing woman who still breaks you down. Cook and you're learning and you're loving food. When was it that you realized, like, this isn't just about everyday meals, this is something I want to do with my life?
I would say when I was about anywhere from the age of the 12 to 13, 14, I already decided I'm going to CIA. And by then I already bought their culinary cookbook, CIA cookbook, and by then I already like memorized like the mother sauces, the cuts, like it's like so into it. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm definitely gonna read the book. Why not? And then
At 12, 13, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I was already in the kitchen, like filleting fish and breaking down meat, just because like we had to do it. We just had to do it. And he's cutting vegetables, and I thought, and I knew I was getting pretty good at it. I knew I could cut with my eyes closed, and I knew and I just started watching cooking shows, and I would make something different, at least twice or once a day. Different things I saw on TV, like from the Galloping Gourmet or the back in the day on the Discovery Channel, there was Great Chefs of the East, Great Chefs of the West.
Oh my God, I remember that show.
Amazing.
Yes.
Those were amazing. Those inspired me a lot. The Great Chefs of Europe. That's where I started like, wow, I want to wear that chef coat. Dude. I want to hold that cast iron sautoir and cook on that French flat top. It's so cool, and there's all those things. And Martin Yan, those are guys that inspired me.
Dude, Martin Yan is still the boss, man. There's a PBS channel that when I'm staying up late night and cooking, I always turn it on, and Martin Yan, it's no longer Yan Can Cook. I think it's something Travels. But he's still doing it, man. He's still plugging away. And Sarah Moulton.
Oh,
and
go ahead. Go ahead. So,
No. I'm just saying, like, she's another statue in the museum of, food greats.
Yes, Sarah Moulton. We may be doing something together real soon, actually.
Get out.
So maybe. So I can't review it if she's not. Maybe.
Excellent, dude. Yeah. But the PBS thing. See, and it's always the chefs who are around my age that can relate to this. Like growing up, I wasn't the sport kid. I wanted to get up and watch Martin Yan, Jeff Smith, Frugal Gourmet.
I know.
Julia Child, I was kind of like, wow, why does she talk funny? Now I'm older now, and I understand. But the legends.
Yeah, I mean, I learned how to make curry from Jeff Smith. so many things. I would, I'm going to admit this. Since I'm older now, and I guess I can be forgiven since I was a kid. I stole cookbooks as a kid. You go to the store, you still don't candy. Some kids, but I'm sure most kids have done that. Still took something, that wasn't theirs. But like I took.
You were lifting cookbooks.
I was taking little cookbooks, and because I was obsessed with it. I had money, so I just took the cookbooks, like the small little ones, and I don't regret it. I guess I think it was, it wasn't that harmful, But
I'd say it was a good career.
Yeah,
move
exactly.
For you. I don't know.
Sometimes you gotta, do something bad, I guess. So that's not But that's what I did.
Right no shit, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Again, to know that early on that's what you want to do. That definitely shows, that's where you were meant to be. So, man, that's awesome. So that has brought you through a variety of career launches to where you are now. Now, day to day today, where do you draw your inspiration from? Like when you cook, when you design, when you
it's been, I don't know, just it's hard for me to even answer the question. Not that, because it's hard for me personally, because it's been like hard for me to be in love with food, but yet I'm in love with food, and it's been in this cloud or this funk, not funk, but I still cook. I still cook every day. Don't get me wrong. There's a point where I stopped looking at cookbooks for a year. That often. I read one or two, but like I used to read cookbooks every night, 2 or 3. We just constantly look at them. But now I find myself maybe going into it once in a while. But then, I think I'm starting to find what I really want to do, understand my way of cooking, and really find my identity. Because it's inspiration from what I like to eat and what I believe that is good to my own palate, and that is no fuss, no drama, no tweezer involved, none of these involved. But what do I crave when I cook, when I go out to eat? So inspiration, I take it from everywhere. I guess they're all over the markets. Sometimes I get creative. Sometimes I go back to the classics and kind of redo it to my version. I love classics, meaning things that I've eaten, Asian dishes, and put my own spin to it. Because if you try to do a classic and call it that by that name, you're never going to be that good if you're trying to compare it to another person's favorite dish. Like say apple pie, it's never going to be better than their mom's, never going to be better than their, whatever aunt they have. So you put your own spin to it, So that's what I tend to do.
For sure, man. And boy, that kind of, I don't know if it makes me like a little sad that you hit that wall, because like on the show on Top Chef where I first discovered you and your creations, you seemed damn spot on. You seemed like your shit was on.
Oh yeah, I'm still spot on. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Okay, don't get me wrong here. But it's more of the direction I want to see my food. I worked at Per Se, worked at Las Penas, Guy Savoy, all these iconic restaurants, yes. But I want my own identity.
You want to be
because I have all these experiences with different foods, and there's no way I can say I want to be a French chef and cook French food. It doesn't make sense, because that's not, even though I can do it very well. I could do classic French. I could do my, all that stuff. But where is my interpretation coming? Where does my stamp? Where's my signature come in? Right?
Where can you sign your name on that plate?
I mean, and if it's not right for me to do plain Vietnamese, because I'm very inspired by Western too. I grew up in America. I'm white and yellow, so.
Right on. Well, and that's what I was saying before about your childhood. Like, what a cool kind of cross-cultural experience to have both those tastes in your mouth, and now to be putting your name on things that are yours.
Yeah, you have to.
That's got to be huge.
I have to, because there's so many cooks today that know how to plate things very well. that know how to plate things on the edge of a big round plate and using only 10% of it, and putting shaved radish and baby carrots and nasturtium and edible flowers with a microwave cake and a dot of something. That's on every freaking mother plate, okay? Every plate you have those components, one way or another. I'm tired of them. I'm sick of it, you know? And all they're doing is making 3-4 components, putting on a plate. That's how I see it. I may be a little bitter, not bitter, but like kind of like not liking it.
Burned out.
Yeah,
by
but it's like you're just making a microwave cake and you're making a twirl from whatever. You're making a sphere and then you put it in a plate. I'm sure they taste great, some of them, but I've eaten a lot of them and I know it doesn't taste good. It doesn't do it for me. I'm sure people appreciate it, people love it, and I'm sure they do great business. Good for them, but for me, that's not my style because I know it doesn't really marry. It doesn't bring any culture. It doesn't bring any memories back for me. It doesn't inspire. It may inspire, yes, but it's not gonna. It may make you laugh, but it's not gonna bring it back to your grandmother's house of that dish, even if it's something like that. I'm not being not in like a general my idea of it, you know. So for me, that's why I'm like, you know, I'm over the tweezers. I don't want to cook with tweezers. I will use chopsticks if I have to carry something. Okay, food was fine for the last how many thousands and millions of years where we didn't have tweezers to plate our food and put nasturtium on it. You know, you could put a piece of dog shit on a plate, put all these garnishes on it, it will look amazing. You could call it the forest of whatever, you know.
The forest of the
exactly,
dog
right? Am I wrong or what?
No, you're right, and that's exactly what you're saying is like, look, I can go into 10 different restaurants and get that same fucking plate.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want that. What I want is if I'm going to and see my wife, I love her dearly, and every time I'm about to do one of these episodes with somebody I consider an icon, like I consider, you know, pretty much all you folks from Top Chef icons, because, you know, you made it in your career to this point where you were deemed by, you know, a network to do this, and she always kind of brings me down a little bit and says, Sean, remember, they're just people. I said, they are. And the point to that story is that if I were to go to, say, your restaurant, I would want to have your plate, not some stuffy cookbook prefab
or Instagram
plate. Instagram, yes.
You know,
so absolutely, and I think that's important. And actually, I have to thank her for reminding me of that, because it's the person that I want to taste their art.
Right.
I want to taste their
right.
ideas.
You know, it's that chef has cooked it. You know,
My wife just yelled, "You're welcome," from the other room.
You know, I wrote a note to a cook today that I bitched out for a long time last night because I want to straighten him out because I love him, you know. So let me see. Give me 1 second. So this part of at the end of the long 300-word note I wrote to him. This part of it I wrote, I just know you need to take a step back and really cook and fall in love with flavors and seasoning. Fuck all the fancy shit. At the end of the day, food must taste good and have soul and DNA of the chef.
I want that on a poster.
You know, that's
I
part.
want that on a fucking poster.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, we can all be technical. We can all make beautiful. We can all copy and put flowers on any plate, make any swoosh, any sauce. Great, but there's no soul in there. It's no soul. And that chef may go on and on, be very famous, and get all these accolades, but there's no soul. So, I think, being, you know.
And that's great. You know, the goal of the Michelin star is to what? Is to make every plate the same and to look the same and be the same.
And,
Keep your stars.
Yep.
Keep your stars.
Don't change it.
Exactly. What would you say, you know, getting to these plates, getting to now the heart and soul of you as a chef, what would you say has been your greatest creation that you have made?
Creations.
I know, it's like asking favorite kid, right?
You can't ask me that question, bro. You know what I've been trying to do is creation. You asking, right? So there's a lot of things that I don't know how to make, like traditional things. I've never wanted to learn how to make a microwave cake, and yet I've never made. Actually, I made once the sphere, you know, with the chemical stuff. I made it once, but you know what? What fascinates me is how does. You've been to Chinatown, right? Okay,
yes.
How you seen the roast pig in the window, and you see the skin bubbly and crackling and crunchy yet with 6 to your teeth. It's
Perfect.
aerated, right? It's like a chicharron, right? How do you do that?
Yeah,
How do you do that? I figured it out. I YouTubed it. I spent a lot of, that's what I'm interested in. How to make that perfect, right? How come the French guy doesn't make the pig? How come nobody in the world makes their pig like the way the Chinese roast their pig and can't get the skin like that? Everyone's got crispy skin, but it cracks like a piece of glass that is sticks to your teeth, right? Most roast pig, but the way the Chinese do it is totally different. It's airy. So, and I figured it out, and I'm so excited. And like a Peking duck,
Nice.
How do you get it crunchy? How do you get the skin crunchy and crack like a piece of glass? How do we make the traditional phyllo dough? Or just a steam bun, or noodles. That's what I'm interested in. Or that's what I try to create and try to master.
So your greatest creation is almost a learning process.
Yeah, learning. Making the like a ramen. I conquered a ramen. The noodle. Okay, you can look at the recipe, but I made it. So okay, I conquered it because I didn't know. No one's gonna teach me. Besides, maybe YouTube or something. I use YouTube a lot, by the way. Say the ramen broth. People go crazy. That's a big hit right now, right? But yet, I'm pretty sure. I don't care if they don't like it or not. 99.9% use an additional base to add to the pork broth. I'm not saying they don't use a pork broth, but they buy a base, that roasted flavor base that they pour in to give you that extra MSG, the extra flavor. It's natural. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But I've created that base on my own by tasting it, and now I don't need that base. I just make my own seasoning that is much more natural with everything that people throw away in that pot.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's what I'm happy about, those are my creations, I guess.
Yeah. And broth is kind of becoming a thing now.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I don't know why. It's been around for forever. We eat it every day, and I'm tired of people calling their freaking reduced stock broth. Okay, I've tasted many broth at broth conventions. Okay, with someone dragged me there. Okay, I would say there was 10 booths, 9 of them made stock. Okay, with bones. Okay, I can take beef bones, boil them down, put some mirepoix in there, put a little salt in there, put some whatever in there, call it a broth. Bullshit. Okay, number one. Number two, I'm not a scientist, but as far as I remember, bone marrow melts and it floats to the top and you skim it off. So where's the bone marrow going? I don't know. Maybe extra nutrients coming out of the bones. I don't know where that's going, right? Number three, there's no vegetables in there. There's no aromatics. There's no medicinal ingredients such as ginger, such as ginseng, goji berries, or ginkgo nuts, or beets, or almonds. All those things are good for you. You don't see that shit in there. You see fucking reduced stock. Don't get me started, bro.
Oh my God, I haven't breathed in about a minute.
Right? I mean,
oh my God.
So I grew up eating.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. But see, that's the passion that comes through in people who do this for a living.
Yeah, and
not people who do this as a job.
And people are scamming people left and right these days about food. The terms, all these buzzwords. Annoyed with these things, I mean, I was eating broth since I was, as far as I can remember, and we didn't boil bones down to oblivion. We added meat to it. We had shank meat. We had meat, whole pork loins. That's how my mom makes the broth. She used whole pork loins because it's lean enough. It has a lot more nutrients. She'll add chicken bones, chicken feet, and then she'll add pig feet. Where real gelatin, real collagen is coming out for your skin and for your health, okay, and for your young beautiful skin. And then she'll add abalone in there, dried scallop, dried mussels, dried oysters, a black moss, shiitake mushrooms. That's her broth. That's what nutrients about. Don't give me fucking stock and tell me it's good for my fucking hair. Okay?
Exactly.
Seriously.
Exactly.
All right, let's move on from that one before I'll go on all day about that scam.
But it's these common things that industries latch on to. And then push it to the mass population, cheaper, but calling it the same thing.
Exactly. And I've been busting the scam on my Instagram and stuff. Just like, don't get fooled by this shit. And I
it's the dumbing down of food almost.
yeah, like, oh, quinoa has been around for how many thousand years? Oh, now it's suddenly it's a miracle fruit, a grain. What the hell? Kale's been around for how many years? I don't know. But now all of a sudden it's good for you, and now all of a sudden it's on the CNN. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's been around forever. People have been eating it forever. I think it's a business. Press needs something to write about. Saying the PR needs something. So it's a business, and you got to keep on repeating the same thing over and over and over again. And just give it a different verb or different label, and change it up a little bit, but it's the same shit.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, they have to have something to hang
Exactly. So I get it, but
yeah. So actually, current day, what would you say is like the big food thing right now, aside from broth?
I have no idea. I don't follow it. I don't care for it. I don't care. I don't care.
Good.
I really
awesome.
Do not want to read about it because I'm so tired of reading all these things every day. I'm like, oh, pomegranate, no fucking shit. Been around. The Trojans and what do you call those people have been drinking forever? Come on. It's so why am I going to jump onto this craze of pomegranate? Well, I think pomegranate was like so 2000, right? Wasn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, that's about.
I don't know what's up right now. So I make sure do not buy into that. Don't even play with it. I hate it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Cool. Is there anything that you hear about, even though you don't pay specific attention to it, that you're just like, please go away? Like something that's going on right now in the food biz?
I don't know because I don't care for it.
Good. Okay. Same answer, and I like it.
Yeah.
Quinoa. Quinoa is one I'm sick of already.
Yeah.
As soon as you said that, I'm like, well, no shit. It's a grain, and isn't it causing a shortage in its country of origin right now?
I'm not sure because I haven't read up on that.
So.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I eat quinoa all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it's
good.
Great, fine and dandy. Don't push it to me now for $6 a box.
No, it's about $15, $13 a box in New York. So
my wife just yelled, "I like quinoa."
Yeah,
exactly. So all right, so trends out of the way. Let's talk about you, Chef. What's coming up for you right now? What's next?
Oh, next it's going to be exciting. There's a lot I want to do, and there's a lot that's going to be accomplished. I just for sure. When I left EMM Catch, the restaurant empire. Oh, it's going to be an empire very soon. That I helped create. There's going to be 5 of them by the end of the year, I think, globally. I gave that up because I wanted to cook what I wanted to cook, and I wanted to be true to myself and not give in because I know if I give in now and have the easy life of making so much money, but yet I have still not had found myself, or do what I really want to do. So I took this opportunity to, give my easy life away back to them, and then just doing it the old-fashioned way. Own restaurant, small place, and then let the empire build from there, and then have. Then it would be mine, we can build an empire for all these big restaurant groups, but at the end of the day, it's not mine, it's not yours, it's theirs. So
and it's got their signature on it, not yours.
Exactly. And then what am I going to do 20 years from now after I made the millions? I'm still another chef that maybe get a little share in the company, but what's the end result? End results have my own empire. So let's just take the risk now. Yeah,
and honestly, dude, I'm not saying this because you're doing the show. Obviously, I'm super grateful for it, but I would 10 times out of fucking 10 eat at Chef Hung's restaurant versus some franchise.
Thank you.
Any day of the week.
Thank you.
I want that personal stamp. I mean, definitely yours. I've got to come up to New York when your stuff starts to roll. But for me, and as you've said, and as I've mentioned, the soul on the plate is what I want to see.
Yep.
Is what I want to feel.
Yep.
For sure. So that's cool, man. And there's sauces, aren't there, coming up?
There's sauces coming up. I was bored one day and I decided to make some sauces because that's something I always wanted to do. Also, it was ever since I was a kid, actually, because obviously one of the most important thing is the sauce, right? you can cook everything perfectly.
Right.
You can cut everything beautifully, but then you fuck up the sauce, you fuck up the whole dish, right? Basically.
Exactly.
So sauces is one of my big things, and making them consistently, and providing it to the public, and teaching them how to create off of what I've there's a method that I'm working on, which I don't want to share too much, because it basically allows them to create a bigger repertoire with a few sauces that I make, by adding different things to it at home,
Well, I mean, and sauces, and please correct me. Obviously, you've done the work. Isn't that like the first thing you learned, the 7 mother sauces in school?
5.
Or 5. I'm sorry, Jesus, I said 7.
Yes,
I'm looking.
We're not looking at. We're not talking about sins here.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, those are the foundation of everything that you that you create.
Yeah. So of course, you have the classic French 5 mother sauces. I'm sure Chinese and Szechuan, they have like 20, 30 cooking techniques and 50 mother sauces. But so I've basically making my mother sauce that I call mother sauce that I've created. That will be So I would take a butter sauce, but it's not going to be a beurre blanc and a béarnaise. It's not going to be that kind of version of my sauce. It's going to be my flavors, what I think are the foundations of my flavors, and from that it will branch off to other what do you call those sub mother? What's that word? I don't even remember that word. I forgot. It's been too long.
Like son or daughter sauces.
Yeah. Variations. They're called variations. Yeah.
So and again, the most important part to all that is going to be your name, nobody else's. It's going to be yours. Yeah. And I think that's huge. Again, 10 times out of 10, I'll buy that over some prepackaged prefab.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically. And is there a cookbook coming up?
Cookbook, yes. I have some time. That's in the works. Seafood, shellfish, Asian done my way in America. It's not gonna be an authentic Asian cookbook, because if you want authentic, you take a plane, you go to Bangkok, or you go to Ho Chi Minh City, and you go to that restaurant and you get authentic, because today we're so global. To call something actually authentic needs to come from that specific area with those specific ingredients. Technically. So I like to do a cookbook that's based on American ingredients, and American palate, but not dumbed down. But our what we like, say, and then add that to the Asian side of it, and again make that Hung's American Asian, American Vietnamese.
I will be in line, dude. I will be in line for that book. There is no question. And the fact that it's centered on seafood, seafood I think still scares people.
I don't know why. I'm annoyed with that too.
It's pretty forgiving so long as you don't fall asleep.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think vegetables and grains, obviously the big one that we need to tackle and need to nail down, because it's not a trend. It needs to happen. It needs to be, it's not, the trend is not going away. We need to eat more vegetables, eat more grains so we can actually not waste all this land just to feed one cow. We can raise how many thousand pounds of vegetables from that one cow, So
exactly. I was just having a conversation the other day about sustainability. Yeah. So cool, man. Cool. So that's where you're at. That's where you're going. The last section of questions. These are a little bit outside of the box, but just roll with it. A bit lighthearted. I'm standing in your kitchen, and you can pick whether it's professionally or at home. Your pick entirely. What music do I hear in your kitchen?
You would hear some kind of house music. You would definitely hear 80s love songs.
Nice.
You would, the 80s, and you'll definitely hear. I listen to everything, but I don't. If you ask me who's saying, I have no idea. I have no idea who anybody's name is. I just know the song. And
dude, I'm the same way. My wife, she hammers me because she knows the name of the band. Of course, she screws up the lyrics nonstop. But I know the tune, but I can't tell you who sang it.
No idea.
And I'm constantly getting beat up for that.
I sing.
So that's the soundtrack.
I sing all day long, everywhere. All day long. I love it. Yeah.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Sweet. How's well, Jesus, I'm gonna ask this question, but I already know based on our discussion before the interview even began. How's your mouth in the kitchen?
Oh, well, when it's tasting food, it's very good. It behaves. But I like to bust balls. I like to chop people's legs off when their ego's a little high. I like to put people in their place, not in a bad way, but you got to know your place. Dictatorship is the only place that exists still. It's acceptable. It's in the kitchen.
Yep.
What was the question? My favorite swear word? Is that what it was?
Yeah. What is your favorite one? Like, if you have, it can be a swear word, or it can be like a.
It's
phrase.
a long phrase that consists of every other word is fuck. So you name any face, body parts, object that's in the room. It's gonna go right. It's gonna be like 50 words, and 25 is gonna be fuck. Yeah, so you can picture that, right?
Oh my God, I'm transposing the quote, and all I'm doing is I'm putting like underlines, then fuck, underline, fuck, underline, fuck.
So and the sons of who and mother of what, and all goes in there.
Exactly.
Or
man.
Yeah,
hey, no,
no,
go ahead.
or I'll just swear, curse out in Chinese or Vietnamese just to like not cause attention, not cause not just yell so no one understands, But
Right, people aren't getting
exactly.
That's awesome. So you're going to be stranded on a deserted island. Here comes the hypothetical question. You're going to be stranded on a deserted island, and you can only bring 3 foods or food type items with you. What would they be and why?
I tend to not play with this question. I don't know why. Because if I was ever stranded on a motherfucking island, I wouldn't be bringing anything. Because if I knew I was to be stranded, I wouldn't be stranded, right? What the hell? Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
I'm wrong.
You're right. He's going single L on me. I'm stranded on a motherfucking island. Oh my God. So, all right, I'm gonna write down. Chef Hung would not be stranded. Ever.
If I was planning to be stranded, I would be prepared.
That's right. I'd bring a boat. I would bring scuba gear.
Right?
Holy shit! Yeah, that works for me, man. Is there? Bring it back, Sean. Bring it back. What is? And this is assuming there is one.
Okay.
There may not be. I would actually gather that from you, but let's see. Is there a food or a dish that still, when you start to create it, like gives you hesitation, like makes you nervous?
Nervous, scared, like intimidated, or just any kind of weird feeling approaching it, right? Let me think. I know there is. No, it's just no, not really, I guess.
Okay.
No.
And see, that's totally believable.
Yeah, no, there isn't. If I don't know what kind of a few times, and then I'm not saying anything.
I mean,
what's
if
afraid
it
of?
doesn't pop out to you right away, I don't think.
I'm raising a camel in the desert. So I'm not afraid of it. Just food, man. Well, always I apply heat, or cut it, and
apply heat,
or keep it cold. One of you apply heat, so it can't be that hard,
Right on. So, what would your Last Supper be? Did you ever read the Melanie Denea books? My Last Supper.
No, but I've been asked many times, and we did dine with who, and I always hate answering these questions. Last dish, I don't know. One day, I don't know. It depends if my stomach still has diarrhea in it. It depends if I'm hungry. I don't know, man. It could be anything that day. If I'm hungover, it's whatever day. So, there's so many things I love to eat. There's so many things I hate to eat. The only reason why I hate to eat them was they're cooked wrong, So, those are things that are just so random for me. Yeah.
Yeah. No. And that's been termed. I've heard it so many times from so many people. Like, oh my God, I can't answer that. And reason being, like, that's I mean, that's the go-to when it's 2 a.m, the restaurant's shut down, and everyone's knocking back whiskey, and nobody wants to answer that question because it's like admitting what it would be.
Oh, I don't think it's because of that for me. I think I don't have that craving that I must have that dish or else die or before I die. You know, I don't have that.
Yeah.
If I have that, I'm gonna eat it before I fucking die. You know, people say, "Oh,"
just like you're not going to get stranded on an island. That's not going to happen to you.
It's like what would your last meal be, or like, I don't know, or yes, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard for me to answer those questions.
No, that's totally cool. Totally cool. And actually, Jesus, I can't even believe what time it is. This is the last question, Chef. The simplest and yet maybe the hardest, I don't know. What is food to you in a single word?
Yes, that's it. Oh, God. That's tough, huh? Love food from me is... Fuck, I'm trying to use 2 words, but 1 word, huh? Oh, God. My vocabulary is only so big, you know?
No.
Oh, man.
And I mean, you started the interview off with the quote, "Everything we do on Earth is centered on food."
Yeah.
So it's like,
I mean, it means so much words, though. It can't just be just one. It means life. It means nourishment. It means tickling my palate. I don't know.
Right.
You know.
So everything.
It's one of my senses. So it's like taking an eye away from me then.
Wow.
You know, because that's one of my strongest senses. And here I am smoking a fucking cigarette. But it helps me season my food well.
That's right.
You know,
that's right. Make sure it goes out.
You're not shy from salt, you know. That's
exactly. So I mean, you know, there again, that question, to put it into a single word, you see the heart of the chef come out. Like this is hard.
Yep.
So I mean, everything. To go back to your quote, and I have it in big bold letters. Everything we do on Earth is centered around food.
Right.
And I mean, I don't think it could be more apt than that, really.
No. Yeah.
So, man.
Yeah.
Solid. Well, Chef, that actually brings our time together to a close. Again, we're looking at a new sauce line, a new cookbook, new restaurants. Anything else I can plug for you? Your Instagram account, Twitter?
Instagram, you know, Chef Hung Hyunh. You know, I'm always there posting my daily routine, my daily rant, you know, my daily bitching, you know.
Right on. And obviously you're on Facebook. That's where I caught you.
Yep, Facebook
hey,
and
you're still there.
Yep.
Facebook, Twitter, and I actually just followed you on Twitter, and I forget what your handle is.
Chef Hung Hyunh _
Chef Hung Hyunh.
And
right.
My website is being worked on. It's not it's decent. It's chefhunghyunh.com. You know, right. I can't buy Hung Hyunh because there's like 8 million of us, so I got to throw the chef on there, you know. So.
Right. Yeah, you tossed the chef on there. You're in good shape.
I had to, I guess. Not that I wanted to, but I had to, I guess.
So big things coming up for you, Chef. And honestly, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. I was a fan of you in season 3, and I'm sure as hell a fan of you now. So thank you so much, brother. I really
thank you.
It.
Nice chat. Glad we had some laughs.
Absolutely. ChefHungHunh.com. Check it out. Check him out on Twitter. Check him out on Instagram. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode number 21 of the Coarse Grind Podcast. My producer has been the Reverend Johnny Lamoria, a.k.a. Johnny Robinson. Check out his podcast, Cinematic Pig's Feet, and he's hard at work right now as we speak, getting the Coarse Grind Podcast over to iTunes. Look for it soon. Me, I'm Sean Rossler, your host, your creator. Episode 22 coming sooner than later. Again, keep your eyes peeled for iTunes, and check out CoarseGrindPodcast.com soon, and it should be up and running. We'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.